Good afternoon and welcome in to your daily community briefing live on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON TV Channel 9. Michael Watkins back here with you on this Thursday edition. We appreciate you being with us. Today we're brought to you by Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Get your power equipment ready for spring at Bishop's Small Engine Repair. Let Bishop's service your mower, located on North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We're also brought to you by Affordable Heating and Air. For all your heating and air needs, call Brian with Affordable Heating and Air Conditioning at 859-779-0122. And Mountain Adventures. Get everything you need for your next family meal at Mountain Adventures. They've got all the fruits, vegetables, and locally produced meats, and they are located at 70 River Drive in Irvin. In our lead story today, a man is now in police custody after a body was discovered near the Bright Leaf Golf Course in Mercer County on Wednesday. According to officers, a man was walking his dog around 5 a.m. when he found the body and called authorities. Police report that suspect Gerald Calhoun was arrested within just a few hours. He is charged with murder, abuse of a corpse, and tampering with physical evidence. Calhoun is incarcerated at the Boyle County Detention Center, and the victim's name has not yet been released. A report of a stabbing has landed 18-year-old David Short in jail. According to police, they located the victim suffering from stab wounds to both cheeks and mouth. Eyewitnesses told police that Short and the victim got into a verbal argument when Short reportedly stabbed the victim with a butterfly knife. As police approached the suspect, he allegedly threw a baggie that contained broken Xanax tablets and a Schedule IV controlled substance to the ground. The victim received stitches and will make a full recovery. The suspect is in custody and will be facing multiple charges. Well, if you are working up an appetite here in Richmond, you are in luck, as the Richmond Parks and Recreation Department is cooking up a new event called Tasty Tuesdays. According to Mason Chambly at the Parks and Rec Department, food trucks can be featured each week in the event starting in March. With more information on this, here is WBON TV's Marissa Hempel.
In lieu of the pandemic, trying to think of new fun things that people can do safely, Richmond Parks and Rec has rolled out a new idea called Tasty Tuesdays. Do you care to tell us about that?
This pandemic has been hard on a lot of people this past going almost on a year now coming up, and so we are really wanting to do what we can to give people a fun outlet, to get back in our parks, to kind of have something to look forward to every week. It has really hit some of our local food truck companies or businesses very hard, not being able to set up an event because we don't have events, or having to reduce the number of people that can be, in close contact with each other has really been hard on them. And so this is something that we're wanting to do to kind of get them out, to give them an opportunity to operate their business and do what they love doing. So we're not charging any fees for, a vendor to set up. We're going to be doing this on a weekly basis from March 2nd all the way through October 19th. And so we're hoping we get a lot of interest, and we'll have a lot of spaces and slots for people to set up at this event. If you want to be a part of this as a food truck vendor, we will have room for you to be a part of it, and we are welcoming any and all food truck vendors to show up. So yeah, this is something that we're trying to help uplift the community, both our business community and people that have had a rough time being inside or not having a lot of fun outlets over the past year.
So this will be at Irvin McDowell Park, and from my understanding is each week will feature one new vendor. Is that correct?
So yes, it will be at Irvin McDowell Park, but based on kind of the interest that we have heard already, opening up to more than one vendor per week. We're going to be looking to have multiple vendors, maybe anywhere from 3 to 5 a week, setting up at Irvin McDowell Park. And so you're going to have a lot of different choices and opportunities when you go. So it's not just going to be one person there. We may have, a corn dog truck and a snow cone truck, a, ice cream truck or coffee truck. So there's going to be all kinds of different vendors set up selling things.
Now, registration just began, and there is a deadline to sign up, correct?
Yes. So our registration is now open. We are setting the deadline for February 19th to be able to register for this first section of the Tasty Tuesday. So for that March-June section, February 19th is the date to get your application into us and get everything all your paperwork necessary for that, and then that following week we will announce, the lineup for that first month of the event. Basically, the application process, you'll go online and fill out a Google form, and it will ask for the different paperwork and inspections needed, and so we've tried to make it pretty straightforward and simple for people to sign up.
Now, I should mention there is an addendum about the ordinance for the food trucks, and this can be found, you said on the release, at the City of Richmond website. What exactly does that mean, the food truck vendor ordinance?
So in 2019, the City Commission passed an ordinance that kind of delineated a lot of rules and regulations that food trucks need to either meet or follow to operate within the City of Richmond. And this was done, to make it a lot easier and streamline the process for a food truck trying to set up and operate in Richmond, because before that it was a little chaotic and not as clear on what you needed to do. So this kind of outlines steps and the paperwork you need to have to be able to set up as a food truck here in the city. And we have included it on every kind of step of the application process, so you'll find it on our website. On the actual application form, there's a link to the ordinance.
Great. Well, it sounds like an awesome event, and I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. So thank you, Mason. What would be the number to call again? Just remind people if they have more questions, like you said, or are interested.
Yeah, feel free to reach out to the Parks Department at 859-623-8753, and we're going to be happy to help you at that number.
Stay up to date with more local fun events such as this one, and also all Richmond Parks and Recreation events right here on Wallingford Broadcasting Stations. For Channel 9, I'm Marissa Hempel.
Thanks, Marissa. Well, it's going to be a cold weekend, folks, with an Arctic blast predicted for this weekend and possibly next week as well. The Catholic Action Center is already working on plans to keep the homeless out of the cold. Usually, the center can house about 80 individuals from the code, but due to COVID-19, that will not be possible. They do have a Plan B, but it will require some financial help from the community here in Madison County. The center hopes to use local hotels as areas to keep those safe that have nowhere else to go. If you'd like to help out, you can make donations at CatholicActionCenter.net. It's now time for our first commercial break. Folks, we appreciate you being with us here on our daily community briefing. I'm Michael Watkins here with you today. We'll be right back live on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON TV, Channel 9.
Davis & Powell does what hundreds of funeral homes do every day. They handle one of the hardest times in your life. What separates Davis & Powell from everyone else is our aftercare. When the service ends, the grieving begins. Davis & Powell is there to help, from keeping your family in our thoughts and prayers to personal phone calls and tips for healthy grieving through our monthly newsletter. Davis & Powell will be there always, not just until the service ends. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. We go the extra mile.
Affordable Service Solutions is the heating and air company you want to call when you want the work done right the first time for an affordable price. That's Affordable Service Solutions. Call Brian at 779-0122 for all your heating and cooling needs, plus Tempstar units at an affordable price. That number again is 779-0122. And remember, Affordable Service Solutions is your local Tempstar dealer.
When I started to experience the world from practicing law, it showed me that there's a lot of injustice that can be corrected. We're called personal injury attorneys, but I'm not there for the injury, I'm there for the recovery. And that's what we try to do. We try to help people recover after they've been hurt. If the big firms are going to drop you as soon as your claim entails some kind of work, some kind of additional effort, why not just come to someone who's going to put the work in the first place?
Sticks and Stones Landscape Supply is your outlet for bulk landscaping materials. They have served the community with their huge selection of decorative gravels and bulk mulch for over 16 years. Announcing new for 2021, Sticks and Stones Landscape Supply is offering trees and shrubs. They serve landscapers, business owners, and homeowners alike. Add a landscape bed or spruce up your garden with plants and ground covers from Sticks and Stones Landscape Supply. Minutes from Richmond, just off exit 76 in Berea. 102 Spring Circle Drive, 986-2985.
Can you get into your doctor's office the day you call? The best medical practitioner is there when you need them. At White House Clinics, all patients get easy VIP access to exceptional care. Right now, White House physicians are accepting new patients in Jackson, Madison, Estill, Rockcastle, and Garrett counties. Go to whitehouseclinics.com or one of our 9 state-of-the-art facilities to request a new patient appointment.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Donate or shop at the new location for the Habitat Restore in Madison County. The proceeds from the Habitat Restore go towards helping build a home for someone in need. Shop, donate, or volunteer at the new location for the Habitat Restore in the old CVS Pharmacy building on Main Street in Richmond. Mountain Adventures is a new, unique store open in Irvine. They have both fruits and vegetables from local farmers and from farmers around the state. Stop in and see their huge selection of bananas, oranges, watermelons, plus potatoes, corn, green beans, and so much more. Mountain Adventures has also teamed up with Two Farms Meat to offer Estill Countyans a place to get your meats and all the other fixings, plus jams, jellies, and they also offer gift baskets. At Mountain Adventures, located at 70 River Drive in Irvine, or like them on Facebook.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
We're back on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON TV. Our newscast on this Thursday brought to you by the great folks over at Bluegrass, Marble, and Granite of Richmond. At 635.5 Big Hill Avenue in Richmond, Bluegrass, Marble, and Granite can take care of all your remodels or fabrication needs. We're also brought to you by Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. They have the best aftercare in the business. When every detail counts, remember Davis & Powell Funeral Home. And always growing children's resale store in Berea, just down from Berea Ace Hardware in the Strip Mall. Every Tuesday and Thursday, they will buy your children's gently worn clothes. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office is reporting an arrest of 40-year-old Deanna G. Johnson. On Wednesday afternoon, the arrest occurred off Radford Road, about 8 miles north of London, after deputies were dispatched to a complaint that a female subject was allegedly threatening to burn down a residence there. Upon arrival at the scene, deputies learned that the female subject did threaten to burn the home down and allegedly assaulted a male subject at the residence. Deanna Johnson was charged with assault 4th degree and was lodged in the Laurel County Correctional Center. February is American Heart Month, and Baptist Health Richmond, as always, is doing all they can to raise awareness, especially with cardiovascular disease in women. Because of this, the hospital is urging people to get checked as symptoms may not be obvious for the deadly disease, and they are asking people to participate in Go Red for Women on Friday the 5th. With cardiologist Becky Alexander from Baptist Health Richmond, once again we turn to WBON TV's Marissa Hempel.
Now, among other things, February is American Heart Month. Do you kind of, as you're, in the cardiovascular area of expertise, kind of want to tell people why this is important?
Oh, absolutely. Cardiovascular disease is actually the #1 killer of women nationwide as well as globally. In fact, 1 in every 3 women will die of some kind of cardiovascular event, which kind of equates it to 1 essentially every 80 seconds. When you think about cardiovascular disease, it's important to note that actually kills more people than all of the cancers combined. So because it's so under discussed, it's important to make that connection with our female patients, especially so that they know what their risk factors are and how to prevent this in themselves and their families and friends.
Is there a reason that cardiovascular disease is more dangerous for women, more prone to women? Because the metrics you just mentioned, like you said, they're under discussed. I had no idea.
It is important that we make distinctions between men and women, because years past, women actually weren't involved in initial research trials for medications and therapies and such. So we're really having to play catch up, and it's getting better. But the symptoms are also very atypical. Men often describe there's an elephant on my chest, but women may complain of things as vague as intense fatigue, jaw pain, pain in their teeth, pain between their shoulder blades. And women tend to be the caregivers for everyone around them. And since many of them are working, trying to educate their children from home, they often kind of back burner their own health. So if we can kind of bring that to the forefront, that's also very helpful for them to see how they can improve their health.
Well, because of the things you've mentioned, I'm assuming that's part of the reason that Baptist Health is participating in the Go Red for Women on Friday the 5th. Do you care to elaborate on what that means?
Oh, absolutely. So February is American Heart Month. And what we would like to do is encourage people to live a healthy lifestyle, which means, more fruits, say 4 to 5 servings of vegetables and fruits every day. Lowering their risk factors by knowing their blood pressure, knowing their cholesterol, seeing their primary care person once a year, getting that 150 minutes of brisk activity, which can be as simple as walking every single week. Just start where you can and build up to that. We also here at Baptist Health are having a link on our website. We invite you to follow us on Facebook, because all during the month of February, we will have people from the community who you can see their story and see why they're going red. In addition, if you would like to go to www.baptisthealth.com/heartcare, you can actually complete a free heart health risk assessment yourself, so you can see, where you lie in terms of developing cardiovascular disease.
Now, you mentioned the risk assessment, which is great. So you all are offering that on your website, to reiterate. But what are some things that people should look for? Because you mentioned, especially with women, some of these symptoms are subtle. So do you care to reiterate kind of what people should look for if they think they're at risk?
Of course, there's chest pain, nausea, vomiting, sweating, sometimes dizziness, and just that extreme fatigue. If it's an emergent case, of course, we would love to have you come in and have you be evaluated for that. It's one of the things you kind of can't afford to be wrong about until that's ruled out. Also, we can do invasive and non-invasive tests here, such as heart catheterizations, where people actually use dye and x-ray to look at the arteries, cardiograms, stress tests. These ways will help us, mitigate your risks and also kind of determine where you need to be, long-term. So those are some of the services we offer here. And we hope that everybody will utilize that if there's a need.
Well, thank you for the information, Becky, because a lot of this was news to me, and maybe not, or maybe to our viewers, not sure. Is there anything else that you want to add that Baptist Health is doing or that we didn't touch on?
We just invite everybody to go red on Friday and wear red, in solidarity for each other.
Thanks once again, Marissa. Appreciate you here on the newscast today. Well, U.S. Senate Republican leader Mitch McConnell delivered the following remarks on Wednesday on the Senate floor in remembrance of U.S. Capitol Police Officer Brian D. Sicknick. This morning, U.S. Capitol Police Officer Brian D. Sicknick lies in honor under the dome of the institution he swore to defend and died defending. 4 weeks ago, the rotunda was strewn with the debris of an insurrectionist mob. Today, it is adorned in solemn thanksgiving for the sacrifice of a hero. On January 6th, those who sought to obstruct our democracy were confronted by a sworn officer and military veteran who was determined to protect it. In the face of lawlessness, Brian Sicknick paid the ultimate price to uphold a solemn oath. He gave our nation the last full measure of devotion. Our democratic republic was built to endure, but it needs heroes like the officers of the U.S. Capitol Police to support and defend it. Today we mourn and give thanks for the true patriot who lies in the rotunda. The Senate and the entire country send our deepest condolences to Officer Sicknick's family and all who loved him. His name will never be forgotten. That's coming from Senate Majority Leader Mitch McConnell on the passing of the U.S. Capitol officer Brian D. Sicknick. It's now time for our second commercial break, folks. We appreciate you being with us here on our daily community briefing. When we come back, we'll give you the coronavirus numbers, the incidence rates for Madison, Estill, and other surrounding counties. That's all coming your way next on your daily community briefing, live on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON TV, Channel 9.
Davis & Powell does what hundreds of funeral homes do every day. They handle one of the hardest times in your life. What separates Davis & Powell from everyone else is our aftercare. When the service ends, the grieving begins. Davis & Powell is there to help, from keeping your family in our thoughts and prayers to personal phone calls and tips for healthy grieving through our monthly newsletter. Davis & Powell will be there always, not just until the service ends. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. We go the extra mile.
Affordable Service Solutions is the heating and air company you want to call when you want the work done right the first time for an affordable price. That's Affordable Service Solutions. Call Brian at 779-0122 for all your heating and cooling needs, plus Tempstar units at an affordable price. That number again is 779-0122. And remember, Affordable Service Solutions is your local Tempstar dealer.
When I started to experience the world from practicing law, it showed me that there's a lot of injustice that can be corrected. We're called personal injury attorneys, but I'm not there for the injury, I'm there for the recovery. And that's what we try to do. We try to help people recover after they've been hurt. If the big firms are going to drop you as soon as your claim entails some kind of work, some kind of additional effort, why not just come to someone who's going to put the work in the first place?
Sticks and Stones Landscape Supply is your outlet for bulk landscaping materials. They have served the community with their huge selection of decorative gravels and bulk mulch for over 16 years. Announcing new for 2021, Sticks and Stones Landscape Supply is offering trees and shrubs. They serve landscapers, business owners, and homeowners alike. Add a landscape bed or spruce up your garden with plants and ground covers from Sticks and Stones Landscape Supply. Minutes from Richmond, just off exit 76 in Berea. 102 Spring Circle Drive, 986-2985.
Can you get into your doctor's office the day you call? The best medical practitioner is there when you need them. At White House Clinics, all patients get easy VIP access to exceptional care. Right now, White House physicians are accepting new patients in Jackson, Madison, Estill, Rockcastle, and Garrett counties. Go to whitehouseclinics.com or one of our 9 state-of-the-art facilities to request a new patient appointment.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
Donate or shop at the new location for the Habitat Restore in Madison County. The proceeds from the Habitat Restore go towards helping build a home for someone in need. Shop, donate, or volunteer at the new location for the Habitat Restore in the old CVS Pharmacy building on Main Street in Richmond. Mountain Adventures is a new, unique store open in Irvine. They have both fruits and vegetables from local farmers and from farmers around the state. Stop in and see their huge selection of bananas, oranges, watermelons, plus potatoes, corn, green beans, and so much more. Mountain Adventures has also teamed up with Two Farms Meats to offer Estill Countyans a place to get your meats and all the other fixings, plus jams, jellies, and they also offer gift baskets. At Mountain Adventures, located at 70 River Drive in Irvine, or like them on Facebook.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries. And home and auto insurance from State Farm. Combine and save.
Talk to State Farm agent Jerry Goebel today.
We're back here live on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON TV Channel 9. Glad to have you along here with us, folks, on this Thursday edition. Brought to you by Chad Tate with Shelter Insurance, Mike's Hike and Bike, and Batteries Unlimited. On Wednesday, Governor Andy Beshear announced Kentucky is on track to become the first state to vaccinate educators. Our vaccination efforts right now are exciting to see. You walk into one of our vaccination centers and you see a workforce that is inspired, said Governor Beshear. The governor said reopening schools is a top priority, but density control, masking, proper ventilation, and community mitigation must be in place. We will begin reporting and updating daily how many unique people have been vaccinated in Kentucky. That we will show next to the total number of first doses of vaccine allocated to the state, and then you'll also see a utilization percentage, said Dr. Stephen Stack. We're committed to giving people the second dose that everyone who gets the first dose, so the most important metric is who has started this vaccine series. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine, if approved, would only require one dose, so the state can easily merge data on all 3 vaccinations using this new system focused on first doses. Before we get into the numbers today, let's get a recap of that Governor Beshear report with WBON TV's Ron Likens.
During yesterday's COVID-19 report, the numbers did show a slight increase. However, according to Governor Andy Beshear, we are still in a steady decline in overall cases.
Today's COVID numbers, we have 2,592 new cases. Our hospitalization, ICU, and ventilator numbers are all really stable too. Our positivity rate down again to 8.53%. Shows you that this is real. It's not just a result of how many tests there are. We're seeing a decrease in the virus. But the tough part about our days right now is the number of deaths. Today we're announcing 51 new deaths related to COVID-19. 7 are individuals 60 years or younger.
County by county, the numbers are also declining. There are now 106 counties in the red. The numbers continue to fall. Many Kentuckians that are eligible for the vaccine, like those 70 and up, are complaining they can't get through to get their name on the list. During yesterday's COVID update, Commissioner for Kentucky Public Health, Dr. Stephen Stack, explained.
In one of the regions, in the first hour that their phone lines were open, they had 51,000 phone calls trying to schedule for the 700 doses they were given. In the first 2.5 hours their phone lines were open, 110,000 phone calls came in to try to access that 700 vaccines. Please know they are vaccinating. They're using everything they're getting as quickly as they can. It's a matter of needing more vaccine to fulfill the demand.
Stack says as the state allotment increases, the backlog will decrease. In Madison County, there were 57 new cases. Estill County is reporting 3 new cases. From the Channel 9 newsroom, I'm Ron Likens.
Thanks, Ron. There are 14 counties no longer in the red zone for that current incidence rate. As we look around Madison County today, 63.1 is the current incidence rate here in Madison County. That's with 104 new cases reporting, and now 1,478 active cases in Madison County. Madison County's current incidence rate is 63.1. Estill County today at 32.4. Jackson County at 26.8. Rockcastle County at 35.1. Garrett County at 45.3. Jessamine County's current incidence rate 44.4. And Fayette County at 47.7. As we look around those 14 counties, Clark County near us is at 19.7. They have dropped down out of that red category. Also Montgomery County at 18.8, Lee County at 21.2, and Menifee County at 22 for their current incidence rate. We also have 3 counties in the yellow today. Those counties include Ballard County with the 1.8 current incidence rate, Owsley County at 9.7, and Elliott County at 1.9. So the vaccine and people doing their social distancing seems to be working in those counties as we see the numbers declining. The overall current incidence rate has dropped down from 47.75 yesterday to 46.07 today. EKU continuing to update us on their totals as well. Within the university, there have been 146 total cases of COVID-19 positive cases for the spring semester, 37 of those from residential students, 72 from non-residential students, 36 employees, and 1 from the other category. So far, 107 have already recovered, and there are 39 active cases still remaining. If you or somebody you know has symptoms of COVID-19, you can still go get tested today over at the Berea Municipal Garage until 5:30, and at the Irvin White House Clinics and at the McKee White House Clinics until 5 p.m. today. So keep that in mind if you're looking to go get a test of COVID-19. Folks, we appreciate you being with us here on our daily community briefing. We'll be right back here tomorrow, same time and same place at 3 p.m. on 100.7 The Coyote and WBON TV, Channel 9.